everyone, before we get into today's video, I want to issue a quick trigger warning. The video that I will be reviewing today does contain some disordered eating tips, tricks, and recommendations. So if this sounds like something that may be triggering to you, I suggest not watching. Hey everyone, I'm Abby Sharp. Welcome to Abby's Kitchen. In today's video, I want to talk about a recent YouTube video that has gained a lot of attention and it's actually been sent to me by like 20 different fans of mine. So this is by HRH Collections Alexandra Pierce and it's titled, "Fine, then go be fat and leave me alone." Does anybody have any vodka for this? Okay. So before I get into the video, let's talk about Alexandra and her channel in general. So Alexandra is a beauty blogger and YouTuber that has over 150,000 subscribers on YouTube and over 100,000 followers on Instagram. So it's safe to say that the girl has a lot of responsibility and influence. Most of Alexandra's Instagram consists of her fashion products, particularly jewelry. However, she periodically dives into the wellness space and talks about her journey to becoming skinny. Those are her words, friends, not mine. In fact, she's got an entire story series on her Instagram titled Skinny. But I'll get back to that a little later. Alexandra has gained a lot of popularity for her controversial rants, and today's video is no exception. So today I want to chat about some of the most problematic elements of this video to save you from having to watch it yourself. You're welcome. Issue number one is that her diet recommendations sound very much aligned with the criteria for disordered eating. Now, I am not a psychiatrist or a psychologist, and I'm absolutely not formally diagnosing her with anything, but it's my professional opinion as a dietitian that a lot of Alexandra's statements do not reflect a healthy relationship with food. In fact, if you check out Netta's website page for their warning signs and symptoms of an eating disorder, I see a lot of those checked off boxes. Let's take a look at some of the most problematic statements in this video.
First of all, you shouldn't be eating after 8. If you're trying to lose weight, do not eat after 8. Like, kitchen is fucking closed after 8. No. If you're dying, I told you. I showed you guys what the fucking options are. If you're not blocked, you saw. It's 10-calorie Jello. It's fucking like string beans or something, and like cherry tomatoes, like a jalapeno, like a fucking pickle, like a tiny pickle, like something like that. Like, no, you're not eating anymore. I'm also going to talk about going to bed hungry. You guys are going to kill me. I don't give a shit. And by the way, I'm not holding a gun to your head, and I'm not like, if you don't want, like, I hate when like, oh my God, you're like an influencer. You shouldn't be saying things that like, first of all, you're not going to die from this. You're going to like look better. So shut up.
Is there more? Is there have to be more? Is there? Tell me. Tell me how much more I have to listen to. So, like, if you're dying, then you can have a 10-calorie pack of Jello? Like, I am totally aware that some people feel they need to have some kind of guidelines or structure with their eating, and that is totally okay. That is one thing. But Alexandra is actively telling you to ignore your body's screaming hunger cues, which are designed to help you fuel your body right. I'm getting mad. Oh my God. Obviously, this type of eating is not sustainable, and it sounds pretty damn miserable if you ask me. I mean, your body is literally begging you to eat to the point that you are excited about eating some fucking string beans and 2 cherry tomatoes. That is a good sign that you should respect those cues and give it the fuel that it's asking for before you do some serious metabolic and psychological damage. Okay, next.
Okay, what you should do, it says you should get right back on track, accept that it happened and move on, understand that human beings aren't perfect. Okay, that's what it says you should do. What you shouldn't do is this. Beat yourself up for being human, do cardio as a punishment to make up for it, restrict calories or meals. If I was a cartoon, there would be like red, my face would be red and there'd be like steam coming out of my ears. Okay. No,
that's me right now.
Completely bad advice. Let me tell you what you should do. This is what I hate. I hate this. What you should do, or so what you shouldn't do. You shouldn't beat yourself up over being a bad human. No, beat yourself up for being human. What? What does that have to do with fucking up? If you fuck up and you don't want to like fuck up your like progress, then you should do something to rectify that situation. Like, just because you like feel sorry for yourself doesn't mean that it's gonna like go away. Like, you did damage, so make sure you fucking do something to like get that, to like rectify that damage. And it said do cardio as a punishment to make up for it. What's wrong with that? Absolutely. If you go over your calories one day, go on a run. What's wrong with that?
Ooh, this is wrong on so many levels. Okay, first of all, you're allowed to be a human being and enjoy food. But second, you shouldn't have to treat yourself like shit because you decided to enjoy a little cake. In fact, I would argue that you're being kind to yourself by allowing all foods to fit into your diet. But Alexandra here is telling her viewers that they need to fix the damage that they've done. This is diet culture 101. You eat something enjoyable, you feel like crap about it, then you go on a diet, then you cave and you eat it, and the cycle repeats itself over and over and over again. Instead, what if we actually enjoyed the food on occasion and didn't feel bad about it after? Like I've talked about before, it would lose its power and appeal, and we wouldn't feel the need to overdo it and binge. I'm sorry, but this is a whole lot of wrong.
Go to bed hungry, and then you wake up way thinner, honestly, and you wake up like with a flatter stomach. I just wake up feeling so much better. Like when I was heavy, I used to go to bed fucking full. Like I would eat till I couldn't eat anymore almost. Like I grazed after dinner. One of the best things in this my weight loss thing that I've done is to go to bed hungry. Not like starving. So like if I had dinner at like 7, and then had like some random stupid like vegetable snacks or whatever, Jello, 10-calorie Jello after 8, then I went to bed. I would basically go to bed kind of hungry, and then you wake up in the morning and I could feel like my bones, which I love, I know, whatever, not like anorexic, okay, obviously I'm not fucking anorexic, you guys tell me, like, I was like, oh my god, like back, like, rather than feeling stomach, I felt like, my pelvic bone, hip bone, like on the bed, you know what I mean, or like my rib on the bed. And like, I'm not trying to like be like really, really fucking skinny. I can't ever get really skinny. Like I'm not like that. Plus I love food too much. But you know what I mean? I like that. When I don't wake up feeling like that, I feel like I know I ate too much the day before, to be honest, okay?
This makes me like really, really sad. First of all, feeling your bones should never, ever be a goal. It's obviously a sign that your body is losing too much of its muscle and fat, which is needed for so many important biological functions. But also, waking up ravenously hungry is a sign that you didn't eat enough before bed and that your blood sugar levels are so low that your body's literally begging you for fuel. Also, a lot of the time when we wake up, our body might look a little bit different because we're actually dehydrated. And any kind of toned look tends to go away once we drink some water and eat some food. Like, this is not a state that is healthy for most people to maintain unless you want to end up in the hospital for dehydration. All right, now speaking of bones, my other bone to pick is that she speaks as if calories are really all that matters. Now, with all of the advances we've seen in nutrition science, I'm really annoyed that we're reverting back to this concept that calories are king. Let's take a look at some examples.
What I'm talking about is popcorn in general. People think it's like a healthy alternative. And I'm telling you it's not. It's like the devil. Is probably as bad as an avocado is, calories-wise. And I don't want to hear anything on here. Like, if you guys are going to sit here and try to tell me calories don't work, then honestly there's something wrong with your brain. Because you can see, I don't know how much I've lost. I'm guessing like 20 to 30 pounds. I'm guessing 25 maybe. That's what I'm guessing, okay? So if calorie counting doesn't work, then apparently, like, I don't know, I just lost weight from nothing, right? I'm doing nothing, okay? Go ask Dr. Now, like, don't talk to me about it. Go talk to Dr. Now about it. It doesn't matter, okay? It's all about low calories. I told you, I can eat fucking 12 Oreos. I can eat 1,000 calories of Oreos or 1,000 calories of fucking broccoli, and it would be the same thing.
She is angry. Anyway, so Alexandra says that she can eat 1,000 calories of Oreos or 1,000 calories of broccoli and still have the same weight loss outcome. Now, just to be clear, calories do matter. Overeating or undereating calories can both have effects on our health and cause changes to our weight. However, That doesn't mean that we should equate eating Oreos to eating broccoli just because in certain portions they're calorically equal. The good thing about eating a diet high in vegetables is the nutrient and fiber content. Fiber helps to fill us up and keeps us satiated. They're also pretty low in calories, so it'd be very hard to overdo it. You'd have to eat a lot of broccoli. But in comparison, Oreos are low in nutrients and high in sugar. This causes a big up-down effect on our blood sugar, which can leave us feeling pretty hungry pretty fast. So even if we only ate 1,000 calories of Oreos now, we would be hungry for more calories far sooner than had we had 1,000 calories of broccoli. So no, Alexandra, calories may matter, but they're not created equal.
Still a lot of calories, okay? Let me show you how much you get in this bullshit bag for 80 calories. It's not even worth it. It's not worth it. Look at this. I'm gonna throw up. I'm gonna throw up. Look at this little baby fucking bowl. This is 80 calories of fucking nothing in here. It's nothing. First of all, it's like, there's not even seasoned. I swear to God. It's like, yeah, sea salt popcorn. I fucking hate this shit. I hate this. Probably 3 handfuls, that's all you get. 3 handfuls of this for 80 calories, okay? It's not worth it. I would much rather have a 100-calorie pack of Doritos. At least you get probably, what is it, 13, no. How many calories? I think for 140 calories, I think you got like, I don't want to say it because everyone's going to come after me. If I say like, you get 10 chips, they're like, no, you get 11 chips. And it's this big thing. So I can't even say it because I can't defend myself because once this is up, I can't speak. You know what I mean? But all I'm saying is I would rather have 100 calories of Doritos, something I really genuinely like, and sit there and savor them, than this little fucking piss-ass bowl of plain popcorn. It's so depressing.
She's so angry. I don't understand how anyone can be so angry at popcorn. It's just fucking popcorn. So Alexandra and I can agree and disagree on this one. First of all, why is 80 calories painted to be such a big deal? Like in the grand scheme of a typical 2,000 calorie diet, 80 calories is no big deal. In fact, it's negligible at best. Also, popcorn is the best. But I'm cool with this disagreement because what I agree with you on is the idea of choosing foods that you actually love and savoring them. A lot of people try to replace their unhealthy snacks with guilt-free diet options, and the common issue is that they feel so unsatisfied after that, and they start craving the other snack that they actually want. So let's say that you wanted Doritos, but you would only allow yourself to have popcorn. So you'd eat your small portion of popcorn, not be satisfied. Then you'd eat a handful of cereal, and then nuts, and then grapes, and then cheese, and you'd still not be satisfied. And then you would cave and have an entire family-sized bag of Doritos. And by that time, you've really eaten beyond your physical needs. So most people would actually be better off if they just enjoyed the cookie or the bag of chips or whatever it is that they really, really want without the guilt so that they could move on, stop thinking about it, and stop putting it on a pedestal. Having said that, intuitive eating is not just about eating Doritos all day, every day because you like them. It's about neutralizing the power of Doritos so you're less likely to overeat them. Meanwhile, it's about incorporating some gentle nutrition into your day and then taking notes about how certain foods make you feel and help satisfy you. So popcorn, for example, is a whole grain, and the fiber may keep you more satisfied than a handful of Doritos. If you don't like popcorn, then obviously it's not a great choice for you. But these nutrition considerations are also part of being kind to your body. So next is the claim that skinny people don't eat and they're lying if they say they do. Oh my God.
Skinny Instagrammers out there, you guys know they don't actually eat, right? They actually don't fucking eat. There's no way in hell skinny, very, very skinny girls eat. It's just like impossible. Unless they're born with some very, very lucky gene. Typically, they actually starve themselves. They probably...
While I would not be surprised if some influencers do misrepresent their eating patterns on social media, it's not fair to say that all thin people are lying. I would also suggest that it's not fair to say that all fat people eat poorly. Our bodies naturally come in all different shapes and sizes. Some people are born with larger bodies, while others are born with smaller ones. And research also shows that genetics play a huge role in the natural fate of our body size and how we metabolize calories. Here's the thing though, it's not like the Mendelian way of inheritance, where you may have brown eyes or blue eyes depending on which gene is dominant or recessive. it appears that there are actually well over 50 different genes that are associated with how we store fat. So it's not a black and white science. What we do know, however, is that some genes may be affected by our food choices more than others. So for example, one common gene associated with fat mass is called the FTO gene. Research has shown that people with an FTO variant are more likely to have a higher BMI. What's more, early research suggests that having this variant can also change the way we metabolize and store energy, meaning that some people may store fat much quicker and in greater amounts than others. In addition to this, there is some research that suggests prenatal nutrition plays a role in our body's ability to metabolize food. So it seems that a fetus's nutritional status can actually alter molecules that affect genes that are dedicated to metabolism, and as a result, lead to a higher or lower level of fat storage later on in life. Finally, there is a growing amount of evidence that tells us that our gut microbiome affects our weight as well. So it seems that a less diverse microbiome is associated with a higher body weight, while a more diverse microbiome is linked to lower body weights, regardless of caloric intake. This honestly is just scratching the surface, and I haven't even touched on the social determinants of health here. And of course, some people can manipulate their body weight somewhat with behavioral changes despite their DNA, but considering the diet failure rate is 95%, calories in and calories out is far from a perfect science. And my final issue here is the valuing of thinness over health. You guys know I always say being thin does not equal healthy, just like being in a larger body also does not equal being unhealthy. It's pretty clear that Alexandra needs some consistent validation from her followers just to tell her that she looks thin. I mean, let's just take a quick look at some of this footage here.
Do you remember that photo I posted yesterday? You guys, people legitimately, well, first of all, this one cunt, said that I was photoshopping my pictures. I swear to God, I'm not photoshopping my pictures. It's a combination of having lost a lot of weight, yes, but also knowing my angles. You guys know I've always admitted that I know my angles. But did you guys see this fucking photo? I look like an exclamation point in this picture. Can we talk about this? I mean, if you're not blocked, which half of you guys are blocked on here, I understand, so unfortunately you can't see. But I look like a goddamn exclamation point in this fucking photo. I look like an I. Like a capital I. I look like a small, a lowercase L. There's nothing to me. I couldn't believe it. The whole thing looks photoshopped as fuck. I die over these comments. They're so funny. You guys make me fucking laugh. I was dying. Someone said how big that cup looks next to Alex. Hold on. I see a black Sharpie line with a head. Okay, BRB, gonna go buy a whole section of Lean Cuisine to get this bod. You guys are so funny. Hold on. Alex is so thin, she can look at the peephole. She can look at the peephole with both eyes. Someone said, I love you, but being skinny is out. Okay, well then go be fat by yourself. Shut up. Leave me alone. So annoyed by that. What a stupid comment. I love you, but being skinny is so out. Okay, well then go be fat. Leave me alone.
So yeah, this is really hard to watch because it's really sad to see someone whose whole identity is so bound up in the validation that she gets from her strangers, from followers, people who don't actually really know her, and how upset it makes her when she doesn't get it. It's honestly really hard to watch another woman just hand over her power and self-worth so easily. Honestly, I fully get it. You work in the public eye and people don't know you, but they feel like they have the right to say horrible, horrible things to you. And even though it shouldn't matter, sometimes it still really hurts. So I totally can relate on that level. I also fully understand and appreciate the desire to lose weight, even if currently that's kind of out of vogue or taboo to talk about. However, what I do want to flag is that there are a number of recommendations that Alexandra makes and strategies that she employs that tell me that her pursuit of thinness may come at the expense of her health. We know that even at the best of times, dieting fails. The dieting habits that Alexandra is suggesting specifically feel so aggressively restrictive. I mean, she talks about the need to go to bed so hungry to the point that you feel like you can't stand it anymore, so that you can wake up thinner with a flat stomach and your hip bones kind of sinking into the mattress. That is horribly triggering. Alexandria's recommendations have nothing to do with making more nutritious choices, but rather they're about severe restriction and denying your body the energy that it needs and is begging for. I am 100% supportive of other people's health and wellness journeys, even if they include weight loss desires. But this is downright dangerous. We've talked about the impact of set point theory and that severe restriction is often going to result in a slowed metabolism. And I am genuinely concerned that when Alexandria gives up this pursuit, because who can sustain starvation that long, the impact on her metabolism is going to be so severe that she is going to be completely devastated. Gaining weight with age and different life stages is totally normal. But in my experience, the people who see huge jumps in weight gain are the people who are severely restricting calories and then who go back to eating normally again. Fitness competitors are actually one population that comes to mind here. But restricting calories to the extreme Alexandra is noting can do some really serious damage to our body, especially for us women. This is a young, beautiful woman. I am so worried about her future reproductive health and fertility and the risk of hypothalamic amenorrhea, which I've done a whole video on, so you can check it out right here. And you don't even have to be underweight in order to be at risk. In fact, decreasing daily calories by even 470 calories has been linked to dramatic changes in our hormones and health, even if you're still a normal weight. Unfortunately, most research, and also society at large, is more concerned with obesity, but eating disorders is actually the biggest killer of any psychiatric illness. The mortality rate associated with anorexia is 12 times higher than the death rate of all causes of death for females between the ages of 15 and 24. Why are we not talking more about this? Finally, I also want to note that constant weight cycling has actually been shown to be way more harmful to health than having excess weight. So the up-down pattern of severe weight loss and gain can and is likely doing a lot more damage than Alexandra realizes. Okay, so what do I recommend? Well, I would never suggest that Alexandra is suffering from disordered eating or even pushing that agenda on her followers. I'm sure that's not her intention. I do see some red flags here that I would urge her to work out with a therapist, doctor, and dietitian. I don't know anything about her blood work or health status in general. I'm not her dietitian, but if she walked into my office, I would want a full workup to make sure that her reproductive and metabolic health was on track before this level of restriction has any long-term effects, if it hasn't already. I'd also like to point out that her language is really fat-phobic, dangerously misguided, and disrespectful in general. So I really do hope that as a person with a large platform, that she can reevaluate how she sees others and herself, and ultimately get to a better place in her relationship with food. Before I close off, I just want to, of course, remind you to please keep the comments respectful and constructive. As always, with my Science and Sass, I'm all about analyzing the recommendations and the dietary approach. I'm not for tearing people, the individual, apart. I don't want to see any bullying, any trolling on her channel, so please, 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 keep it clean, keep it respectful. On that note, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to give it the thumbs up. Leave me a comment below if there are other YouTubers, videos, diets, kind of what I eat in a day that you want me to review. Subscribe to the channel, and I will see you next time on Abby's Kitchen. Bye.